Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Aiden, from Cartoon Apocalypse, and today I'm here to talk about Gamer 2.0. Now, I was a little bit hesitant on this episode because of the 2.0 in the name. Now, if we remember back to Stormy Weather 2, that was a complete disappointment. I thought that all the episodes with 2 and 2.0 would be super cool, featuring Mayura, but they honestly weren't. They were pretty bad, or at least Stormy Weather 2 was, but Gamer 2.0 took a better spin on this whole second iteration thing. Now, I do want to mention before we get further, I do have a gaming channel and I have been uploading a new series on Minecraft called Minecraft++. It's a modded SMP survival let's play series, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave the link down below. Just more content from me if you like my content, so go check that out if you want. But let's go ahead and talk about Gamer 2.0. So Stormy Weather 2 was a complete recap episode. It reused clips, and that's why it got so much criticism. Now, technically, this Gamer 2.0 is a recap episode because it was basically just recapping all the villains we've seen so far, besides like Hawkmoth and Mayura, because it showed all of the villains, what their powers were, and just that's basically what it was showing. It was recapping like what all the villains were and what their powers were. Now, is there a reason that the show creators are giving us these recap episodes? I don't know, but it is something to keep in mind, because maybe like in the future they're going to be using like all the villains, so they want us to know what they do, except for they did that in the season 2 finale, and that would just kind of be like a redo of the season 2 finale. So I don't actually think they'll do that, so I don't know why they're doing it, probably just to get the episode count up. But let's not talk about that. But I do want to say that despite this episode technically being a recap episode, you really have to think about it being a recap episode to think it's a recap episode, because it just feels like a fun episode. It doesn't seem like a recap episode. That's just technically what it is. So this episode featured all of the previous villains in a video game style of episode, and that was really cool. I think that everybody, after seeing this episode, wants to see this as a real game. And I think that in the future we will actually see this as a game, because Miraculous has a lot of fans and the power to move companies, I guess, because they've made a lot of things for Miraculous. So I do think that in the future we will be seeing a game similar to this, because honestly I think that it would be really good. I think that it would do very well. So it wouldn't surprise me if we see a game like this coming in the future. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'll definitely be playing it. You know, maybe if it does happen, we can do some live streams with it or something. I don't know. That would be cool, I think. But yeah, the game will only happen if you guys make it happen, so you gotta like tell game companies. Thomas actually tweeted something like saying now you can bug like big game companies to make this become like a reality and stuff. So yeah, if you want the game, make your voice heard, you know, get it trending on Twitter or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's cool. I hope that this becomes a game. Now, there is one thing that I wanted to mention about this episode, and that is that we see a villain that we haven't actually seen in an episode yet before. Now, this villain is most likely going to be Desperada, and that's simply because this villain has a bunch of music notes on them and has a trumpet. Now, Desperada's synopsis is Ladybug and her team face Desperada, an akumatized guitarist. Rock and roll day planned for our heroes. So that's my guess for who this is, and we can see that their weapon is a trumpet gun, so that's kind of cool, I guess. Now, it's not anything too big, it's just a future episode villain that we haven't yet seen, so that's cool, just wanted to mention that. But other than that, it really just was a fun filler episode. It didn't really introduce anything new to the plot. It was really just displaying how Marinette had just a busy time in her life and how she does have to make room for fun, and it was just kind of sharing that message. That was the message of this episode, was even if you have a lot to do, you still have to find fun in your life, or else just everything will be boring. And that's something that Ladybug, or Marinette, whatever you want to call it, learned in this episode, and is a good message to pass along. Now, I want to talk about the Puppeteer too, because the synopsis isn't really anything too big. It's basically just saying, hey, Ladybug and Cat Noir face the Puppeteer again. But if the show is keeping this theme of every iteration of 2 is just basically technically a recap episode, even though it could not be a recap episode, what is this episode going to be? Is it going to be like a recap like the past 2 have, or is it going to be something completely different? And what would it be recapping? Because Gamer 2.0 was recapping all the villains, and Stormy Weather 2 was kind of just recapping Ladybug and Cat Noir and how they got to where they were, and just kind of their relationship and how it progressed throughout the show. So what will the Puppeteer 2 kind of be talking about? Because there's not really too much else to recap. I mean, it could be recapping all the other heroes, that would be something, but again, there's not really that many more heroes in the show. There's only like 5 heroes that we've seen, so like what's going on there? I guess 6 if you count Alex. Or maybe it could be recapping all the major Hawkmoth things, like when they faced Hawkmoth and things like that. I don't really know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments section what you think that the Puppeteer 2 will be recapping. Hopefully it just doesn't reuse clips again, because that would not be very fun, and I think that's why Stormy Weather 2 was so bad, because Gamer 2.0 shows that you can have a recap episode and have it be good. But the problem is, if it's like Stormy Weather 2 where you just reuse a bunch of episode clips, then it's not going to be very good. People are not going to like it. So hopefully they've learned. Well, I mean, they produced all of these way before, you know, Stormy Weather 2 first aired. So it's not like they can change it now. But let's just hope that the Puppeteer 2 is not anything like the Stormy Weather 2 was. We can just have our fingers crossed for that. But I wouldn't say I'm like super pumped for the Puppeteer 2, because it's probably just going to be a filler episode. But I mean, at least hopefully it won't be like Stormy Weather 2. I don't know, there's a lot more episodes to be hyped about, so when the Puppeteer 2 comes out, hopefully it'll be like in the middle of some like really plot filled episodes, because I mean the past couple of episodes have been pretty plot filled, with the exception of Gamer 2.0, so hopefully we can get a bunch more like plot-filled episodes, and then have the Puppeteer 2, and then we'll go back into like the plot-related episodes. So, I mean, we'll just have to see how it goes. I'm sure there are more filler episodes in this season, so hopefully we will get a couple more plot, and then some filler, and then some more plot, just so that it breaks it up a little bit, so that we're not like all plot and then all filler, or vice versa. So that's kind of what I'm hoping for the future of Season 3. Now, with the release of Gamer 2.0, we are officially halfway through the season. Yes, that's really cool, I guess. I mean, it honestly doesn't feel like we're halfway through, and we are halfway through. Like, this is crazy. I mean, like, I don't know, just the upload schedule has been really good for Season 3, simply because there hasn't been much hiatus at all. It's really, like, the longest wait I think we've had to wait is either 1 or 2 months, and that's not bad at all, considering that some shows have to wait a really long time to get new episodes. So, this is really good. I'm liking their schedule, and hopefully Miraculous can stay this consistent throughout the future of its airing, because I mean, wouldn't it just be great to get like one episode every month, and then just know that every month we get a new episode, and like we get pumped up for that episode? Like, that'd be really cool, even though we don't find out about the episode until like a channel just starts to air it. But it's been luckily consistent, so that's good. And speaking of new episodes, Family Channel has said that they're going to hopefully be airing some new episodes in July. Now, whether that means that it's new episodes for Family Channel or new episodes for everyone, I don't know. So it could just be reruns of ones that we've already had released in other countries, but hopefully it is a new episode that nobody has seen before, and that'd be really cool, because I mean, there are a bunch of episodes that I'm looking forward to. So yeah. But anyway, guys, that was my video discussion kind of thing on Gamer 2.0. Again, you can't really talk about too much of what the episode was, because after you watch it, you basically know what went on. Like, as long as you can understand what's going on in the episode, then you don't need to like analyze it. Like, I analyze episodes when there's like stuff to talk about, like little hints or things that you might not have noticed, or just like bigger themes. But I really discussed everything that I thought was super important in this video. So if you enjoyed, you can leave a like and subscribe for more content similar to this, because I will be sure to upload it when I can. And yeah, so that's going to be it for me, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.
Hey, Kuma!